Okay, we are live. Just wait for a few people to come in and we'll start. Today we are discussing Rise of the Beast predictions. I haven't seen the film yet, so obviously no spoilers. But I wanted to go live and talk about talk about predictions. I'm just gonna check if I'm coming through live. My audio is all good and everything. I'm just checking on my YouTube channel just to make sure everything's okay. Like I said, this is a non-spoilerific environment. Anyone who does spoil will get muted. I'm just hoping everyone can hear me. I'm just checking my audio. Then we'll start. Can you guys all hear me okay? Can you put a comment just saying that you can hear me? Just so I know it's all... Australia got delayed to 2 weeks? Really? Wow. I've got one of my voice actors in Australia. I didn't realise that that it got delayed. Anyway, I've got my laptop open, so I think everything is okay to go. I'm gonna grab a quick drink and try not to drink too much. Again, so June 22nd. Oh, that sucks. Well, hopefully they release it for you soon. So again, to anyone coming into this, this is just a prediction video. It's not anything where I'm talking about spoilers because I haven't seen the movie myself. I'm going to see it later, and I just wanted to do some little predictions and maybe just talk on stream for a little while. I would like to do more streams, and I think it's something that I'm going to probably try and do more often. Yeah, I've seen a few of the bus posters now. Usually, I don't really see many. I mean, we don't really get that many Transformers films, but usually on buses, it's Avengers or Spider-Man or something. You never really get Transformers advertisement anywhere really, so it's nice to see it when you do see it on buses. But yeah, anyway, I've got some Rise of the Beast figures right behind me. You might be able to see, so I'm going to be fiddling with these throughout. And again, if anyone has any sort of anything you want to add or anything like that, just let me know. So I'm going to be seeing the film at 1:30 today. That it'll probably start about 2 p.m. with all the adverts and trailers, and then I'm actually seeing it again at 4:30 because I've never seen any film twice in a day, at least cinema wise. I've watched, I've got it on DVD and I've watched it more than once before in the same day, but cinema wise, I've always either gone the next day or waited a week. And I really thought, this film, I feel like it's going to blow my mind. And I know as soon as I finish watching it, I'm going to want to watch it again. So I just thought, you know what, let's watch it twice. By the way, on people's screens, am I coming sort of horizontal or vertical? Because on my laptop, I'm showing that I'm sort of sideways, like vertical, but my phone is horizontal, so I'm hoping it's all good. If not, I will turn my phone around. I'm trying not to drink too much, but I am a bit thirsty. Just gonna check the stream just to make sure. Vertical. Oh, okay. Let's see if this is better. Let's raise that way, and let's lower the tripod a little bit. And then we will get into the predictions. You might be able to see all my setup here. Anyway. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. So, yeah. Rise of the Beasts. Can't wait. If you see me sort of looking down, I'm just sort of fiddling with Optimus here. You can probably see him actually. Yeah, so I'm seeing it at 4:30, and then I'll probably get home about 7 p.m. I think. So an all day trip really. But again, we don't want anyone spoiling the movie, so you know I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone. I hate spoilers, so I'm not gonna do that to someone else. So I said it in my Discord as well. You know, give it time for people to actually watch the film. Don't go out and spoil it for people because it's not nice. It's not nice. I've seen people spoil films and TV shows for other people before in the past, and it's just not nice. So yeah. Anyway, so I think in regards to sort of predictions that I'm predicting, I'm not going to discuss any sort of theories or anything like that, but I think in regards to what I'm predicting, I think it's going to end up because we had the Bumblebee movie, which I rewatched yesterday. I think the film is going to start in the past, with it being Beasts. I think it's going to open up in the past. I'm not sure where. It could be on Cybertron. It could be the future, and then sort of do the Beast Wars introduction where they start in the future and they go to the past. But yeah. So you think Transit dies first? Yeah, a good prediction. I think Transit's going to be one of the first fights, honestly. I think that it's hard to predict where it's going to go. The trailers, if you watch the trailers sort of in sequential order, you can sort of put it together of where it would fit in the timeline. But at the same time, it's one of the films that it feels like it's going to be easy to predict, but it's going to be hard to predict. Hey, Thanatos. So yeah, every time someone new comes in, I just want to reiterate, no spoilers here. Just predictions. Anyone who does spoil a film is going to get muted. So yeah, I'm going to be saying that a few times just because, again, people are joining and I want to make sure the experience isn't ruined for anyone. So yeah, I think it's going to open up in the past. Again, it could start in the Beast Wars where, you know, Primal is, you know, dropping all the protoform pods to Earth, and they, you know, go into the past, and then maybe it goes back to present day. I think we're going to start with human characters more than likely. A lot of the Transformers film does. We did that in the first film with Sam. We did it in the second film with Sam. We did it in the third film again with Sam. Then we did it with Cade, Tessa, in Age of Extinction. And then we sort of did the same sort of thing on The Last Night. But The Last Night did really get into the action very quickly. Bumblebee movie, if you ignore the Cybertron scene, we went straight into it with Haley Steinfeld. So I think we're going straight into the human cast again, personally. Again, I think it's going to be the past, and then it's going to be the, yeah, as long as it's fun. Yeah, good. It will be a fun movie, I think. Yeah, so the past, and then I think we're going to just go straight to the humans. I think that, by the way, I just want to say, I've only seen the first two trailers. I know, Thanatos. I've seen the first two trailers. I watched one TV spot. I watched half of a TV spot, and I started seeing too much, And I'm like, no, no, that's it. So the TV spot was probably like 30 seconds, and I watched about 15 seconds of it. So I've only seen the first two trailers. I know there's been a final trailer that's been released, which I haven't seen because it came out yesterday, I believe. So I thought, what's the point? May as well just save my excitement for tomorrow, you know. So yeah, I think predictions character wise. So this guy we saw in the Bumblebee movie. That was my concern. Yeah, the thing is, the thing I found before I go to my point, just to add to your comment, Magnus, the marketing for this movie was bizarre. Like with the last night, they really pumped everything out, and a lot of people, I think with the Raging Nation, who might have said this, but he said that if you saw the trailers and the TV spots, you basically watched the movie, which you did. If you literally watched the trailers, the TV spots for the last night, you watched the full movie, basically. Um, but with this movie, they showed nothing, which was really strange. Like, it took them ages. The last 6 months of the marketing is where. So, the last 6 months of before the film came out is when the marketing started, which I find very odd. But apparently, in all the new TV spots for Ride of the Beast, apparently they show loads of spoilers. And that's why I've just stayed clear of them because I want the experience to be sort of as fresh as possible. And again, I see we have a new person in the viewing, so welcome. And again, this is a non-spoiler prediction for either the Beast, so anyone who spoils gets muted, basically. And someone's dropped out, so no problem. Right, yeah, so my prediction, I'm going to go through story predictions and character predictions. I think I'll go through characters first. So this guy we saw in the Bumblebee movie, we didn't see much of his combat style, but we know he can fight. Like, he did really, really good in the Bumblebee movie. But apparently this guy is really strong, and I feel as good as Optimus was in the Bumblebee movie, I feel Scourge is just going to obliterate Prime. I think their first fight, Scourge is just going to wipe the floor with him. And we saw from the trailers, I think there's going to be at least 2, 3 fights between Prime and Scourge. Maybe 4, who knows. But again, as good as he is, as much Decepticon ass he kicked in the Cybertron scene, I'm handing it to Scourge already. I don't think Prime's going to win this one personally. I think Prime's going to be sort of unhappy with Mirage throughout the film. I feel like he's going to chuck the humans' responsibility onto Mirage. I feel like Prime's going to just say, you know, you brought the humans, you deal with the Mirage. I feel Prime's going to really be stern with Mirage. And throughout the course of the film, I think Prime's going to warm up to the humans. I think you might see them more as a liability than anything and then see their potential later on. And I think Prime's first encounter with Scourge, I think Prime's going to lose, and I feel like this is going to put at least Optimus in a bit of a serious mindset for the film. So I think he's going to go against Transit. So I think Prime's going to go against Transit, Decepticon Transit, in the first part of the film. And I feel like Prime's going to obliterate Transit. And we're going to think, wow, Prime's kicking ass. And then I feel like he's going to go against Scourge, and Scourge is just going to kick Prime's ass. So I think that's where it's going to show the difference between Terracons and Decepticons. Let me catch up on the comments. So Godzilla vs Kong didn't even get a first trailer. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that because the marketing, I like that film, but the marketing was terrible. And then John Swords are back. Ron Perlman. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think Scourge. I don't know whether he's going to be a long-term villain. He could survive into the next film. But I feel like Scourge is going to be more like Lockdown, like just a villain of one film. And people are going to love him just because he's sort of he's in one movie and he's not sort of spread out and he's not watered down in any way. So yeah, that's my prediction on Prime. I think he's gonna have to go against Scourge in the final battle again. I think he's gonna put up a bit more of a fight, but again, there's something about this guy. I don't know what it is, but I feel like he's gonna be too much for Prime personally. Um, Predictions for, I suppose, the other sort of Terracons, Battletrap, Nightbird. I'm not sure on them. I don't know enough about them in this film. I mean, I don't know anything about any of the characters in this film, but I think you can generalize and predict more about like Prime and Bumblebee and Scourge than you can Battletrap and Nightbird. I think Battletrap is going to have more of a rivalry with the Predacons. I keep saying Predacons. I think Battletrap is going to have more of a rivalry with the Maximals, with the Beasts. I feel like Battletrap is going to view the Beasts as disgusting. I feel like he's going to take some sort of hatred towards the Maximals, especially Primal, because we saw in one of the trailers he sort of swings his sword at Primal. And I just feel like Primal and Battletrap are going to have a problem. I think Primal is going to have a score to settle with Scourge. Yeah. See, I was thinking that as well. I was thinking, like, are we going to see Primal against Scourge? And I think Primal's going to be stronger than he looks. Like, I really do think he is. Battletrap, sort of like a mix, dropkick, and Prime breakdown. Yeah. Yeah, see, I think that as well. I'm not sure if he'll die, but I think he's going to be... Yeah. And one thing, now you mentioned dropkick, one thing I meant to say as well is like we saw Bumblebee and Shatter and Dropkick and Blitzwing in their fights. They were so quick. They were really good fighters, and I really wonder how are they going to show the Terracon and Scourge fight, because they're like the next level up. It's going to be really hard to top the Bumblebee fights. So I'm looking forward to it. Predictions for Bumblebee. I mean, do we really need to talk about the predictions for B? Because I think there's lots of predictions anyway. I think he's gonna have some sort of moment, obviously, where he gets in trouble. Obviously, he'll probably come back and it'll be better than ever. I think for Bumblebee, I hope they pay some sort of respect to the Bumblebee movie, and I hope when Mirage is hanging out with his human friends, I hope that Bumblebee has some moment where he remembers Haley. Maybe he just sits down and thinks. Maybe even sits down and plays some radio of Haley saying Bumblebee. I would really hope there's some at least acknowledgement of the Bumblebee movie. Maybe that Mirage is partying with all these humans and Bumblebee's just on his own. I really hope. I really hope there is some sort of acknowledgement to that. What else? What else? Mirage. So I feel like Mirage is gonna be the main Autobot. I feel like Mirage is gonna be the main Autobot. I think he's gonna have the same relationship with the human characters that Smokescreen had with Jack in Transformers Prime. I think that if you notice in Transformers Prime, when Jack was with RC, Jack was very mature. But as soon as Jack went with Smokescreen, they were like little kids. It's... Yeah. One moment. Just checking something on my laptop. So yeah, we're checking something. Anyway, so I think especially Anthony Ramos' character, I think Smokescreen is gonna have the same relationships he had with Smokescreen, where as soon as you take Jack Darby from Transformers Prime and put him with Smokescreen, they turn like little kids and they're rebellious, they're naughty. I feel like Anthony Ramos and Mirage are gonna have that same relationship. I feel like Mirage is gonna have that sort of brotherly vibe with him. Um, but yeah, no, I think he's gonna have that relationship, and I think in some point in the movie there's gonna be some sort of turning point where either the humans lose the Autobots and Mirage starts thinking like, oh wow, I've noticed that my human's not here. There's a big gap. I've got no one to talk to, and then they come back together and realize, they're actually better together than apart. There was some other prediction that I was gonna say as well. I don't really recall what I was gonna mention. So there is one prediction that I want to talk about. But I'm not going to talk about it on the live stream. I think I'm going to talk about it after I've seen the movie on my spoiler review, because I really want to do a spoiler review. Um, I don't want to say it now because it's a theory that may or may not be true. And if people haven't heard of this theory, I'm not going to say it on live, because that's not fair on you guys if you don't know this theory. So I'm going to talk about that theory on my spoiler review, whether I was right or wrong. Part of me hopes it happens, and part of me doesn't hope it happens. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the sort of incorporation of the beasts and the Autobots. I hope they don't do what War of Cybertron Kingdom did. I like the idea that they did, but I hope they come up with something more fresh, with something new, original. Because if they do the same sort of idea that Kingdom did, I feel like it's just going to be a live action version of Kingdom. So, what do you think Ares is going to transform? Like when is she going to transform, or what she's going to transform into? I feel like Ares might be the first, or one of the first Maximals to transform, actually. Now you've mentioned that. I think that, and again, I'm just messing about with Bumblebee here, but I think Ares is going to be the mediator in the group. I think she's going to be the calm one. I feel like Cheetor is going to be shoot first, ask questions later. I feel like Primal's going to be the same as Optimus. All right, let's not talk about any negativity here. Come on, gotta keep it focused, guys. Yeah, I feel like Primal's gonna be the same as Prime, where he just wants to keep his soldiers safe, and he'll do whatever he can to protect them. I think Cheetor's again gonna be the shoot first, ask questions later. I think Rhinox is gonna be. I think Rhinox is just going to be normal Rhinox, to be honest. I feel like they're going to stay true to Rhinox. I think he's going to be fighting a lot more than he did in Beast Wars, the series, but I don't think they're going to change his personality. But I think Ares is really going to be the one to have that relationship with everyone, where she calms everyone down. She could calm down any sort of situation that rises up. And maybe Ares has, some sort of interactions with the humans more than the other Maximals. I would really love to see the other Maximals in this movie as well. Like Rat Trap, Dinobot. I'd love to see them. Don't know if they are in the film or not. Again, no spoilers, but I'd love to see them nonetheless. Nightbird's gonna have a rivalry. Yeah, I see that. I see that, Thanatos. I think that could happen. could be having some sort of rivalry, because I feel like when you get certain characters and you have like one that can fly in one team and one who can fly in the other team, and then you have maybe like a tank on one team and a tank on the other team, they just clash instantly, you know? And I think because they're both flyers, I feel like Ares is going to be the one who's made to go after Nightbird, or vice versa. So, what I don't get is why yeah, no, but the Maximal is definitely going to talk. So I was watching, I think, Bertrand's Theories video, and he mentioned that apparently it's illegal to have those cars on the road. Something about the exhaust and the fumes, I think. They're not roadworthy anymore. Or they pose some environmental danger. I could be wrong. I don't know much about cars, but yeah, that's why apparently. I predict that you'll be crying because, yeah, yeah. Again, it ties into a theory that I'm not going to talk about, but I feel like the theory could make me cry. And if I cry in general, it'll be tears of joy. I don't think this is going to be a bad movie. I think it's going to be a good movie. So yeah. Anyway, we've got Bumblebee right here. So I'll chuck him on the shelf. I'm looking forward to RC. I feel like they're going to really flesh RC out in this movie. Bring some of the Ride of the Beast cast towards the front of the shelf just so you can all see them. Yeah, I feel like they're really going to be fleshing out RC's character in this movie. I hope. And we'll get Scourge right in the back. Now there's one scene that I'm really looking forward to. I see would be a mix of G1 Prime. Yeah, I see that as well. So there's one scene that I don't know if it's made into the movie. If this is a deleted scene, I am gonna be really sad. But if you guys have seen, there's some behind the scenes footage of when Mirage, Prime, and Scourge are all driving around some streets, and they show a bit of a clip where Scourge and Prime go at each other, sort of in vehicle mode, and I really want to see that. I really want that to be made into the film. If it's not, then it's not. But that behind the scenes of when Scourge and Prime go at each other in vehicle mode, oof, I really want to see that. That would be amazing. But yes, just looking at some of the figures. Today's figure of the day, by the way, will be Bumblebee. So I've taken a few photos of him already. So a little sneak preview for Instagram. This will be the figure of the day. I've started a thing on Instagram where I do figure of the day, figure of the week, figure of the month, figure of the year. So it's just sort of figures that either don't get enough attention or just figures I like on a certain day. And you know, sometimes you get a new figure and then you just not forget, but you know, figures work their way to the back of the shelf, and I think sometimes it's nice to pull them back out and appreciate them. So yeah, today's figure of the day is Bumblebee. I don't know how much longer I'll go on for. I don't want to keep everyone too long. I'll probably be setting off in 2 hours. 2 and a bit hours, maybe. But, Scourge's gonna kill us. Yeah, so I think Scourge is gonna kill a lot of people off screen, hence the reason why he's got a lot of symbols on him. But, yeah. Critics have always been bad on Transformers movies, and I find that a lot of movies, critics are And a lot of good movies that a lot of people enjoy, critic scores are very low. Very low. And then I find on other movies where I watch it and think, that was a load of trash. Critics are giving it like 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I just find sometimes I even though critics are good at what they do, I don't think critics get it right all the time. And I know sometimes obviously the public have some sort of vote in the system as well, but I've not seen any spoilers. I've not gone on Facebook and Instagram to look at any sort of posts, but I've seen one or two people who have seen the film and they said it's amazing. So I just say that if critics are saying bad things about the movie, just know that this has always been the case with Transformers. If you like the other Transformer movies, the critics slam them. If you like, other films that critics hate, it's not. It doesn't mean it's a good or bad film. It's what you take away from that film. So I'm gonna go in that movie open-minded. So I think that's the best way to go. Anyway, I think that is a decent stream. I've not kept you guys too long, I hope. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a spoiler review. I'm probably not going to do a live stream for the spoilers because I don't want to live stream and then someone innocently walks in a live stream as I'm discussing a big spoiler. But I'll probably make that of a video of itself and then I can give spoiler warnings. But I want to thank everyone to who joined. I'm trying to answer as many of the comments of that as I can. Apologies if I missed any. But yeah, there were the predictions. Just to sort of recap. I think it's going to open up in the past. I think we are going to go straight into the human side, and then we're going to have Prime versus Transit. I think Prime's going to win. Then the Terracons are going to arrive. I think Prime's going to go with Bumblebee to fight Scourge, and I think Prime's going to get absolutely beaten. And then I think that's probably where maybe the movie takes a bit of a turn, and obviously then the Maximals come in, and who knows from there. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys to watch the movie yourself. A lot of people, don't. A lot of people still haven't seen the movie, so people are, if they say certain things about the movie, just know that it might not be true. It could be true, but it might not be true. I remember seeing, what was it? I think it was either the Last Night or the Bumblebee movie, and I heard a big spoiler, and I was thinking, oh no, and it never happened. So just know that people might say things to throw you off. People might say things falsely just to get that reaction from you that they spoiled the movie. They're probably doing it for a reaction. I had it done to me the other day in a joking way. So here in the UK we have Britain's Got Talent, and I didn't watch the final, the live final. I didn't manage to watch it. So as I was watching the recorded, the recorded episode, it was days after the live final. And my dad just sort of walked in and told me who won. And I'm like, no, you can't just tell me who's won. You can't spoil it. And that person didn't win. It was someone else. And that's what people will do. People will come at you and say, knowing that you haven't seen the movie, and they might say, big spoiler. They might say, I don't know, Omega Supreme's in the film. Just said that because I'm looking at Omega Supreme. They might say, Megatron's in the film. They might say the final battle is not between Scourge and Prime, but it's between Megatron and Scourge, or Megatron and Prime. They will say things intentionally to throw you off. So just know, not everything's true. Let yourself get the, um, let yourself form your own opinions on the film. You know, don't let the critics tell you what to think. The critics are analysing it partly on their opinion sometimes, so let you have your own opinion. And seeing is believing. When you watch on a film, if a certain character is in a film, if a certain character is not in a film, if a certain character dies or lives, then you can say, okay, yeah, I know that now. But a lot of the time, people just try and throw you off. So don't let them. Don't let them. Don't let them have a satisfaction. And of course, an important thing to remember is when you've seen a film, don't spoil it for anyone. You know, there's a lot of people who just they haven't seen the film, and you know they might not see it for another week or two if the film's delayed, or if they just aren't lucky enough to get to the cinema, they might not see the film. Some people might have to wait until it comes out on DVD. You know, I didn't see. It took me a while before I think I went to see No Way Home, just because I couldn't make it. And luckily enough, I didn't get spoiled. But yeah, just know as soon as you've seen that movie, you have spoiler powers, and with great spoiler power comes great responsibility. So I'm gonna leave that as my sort of closing message. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you all have a good time. And if you want to do spoiler reviews on, when you've seen the film, give a spoiler warning on your videos. Don't post any sort of screenshots into any Instagram or Facebook or Discord groups, because someone can innocently open their phone and that's it. Spoil it for them. So wait until people have seen the movie, and yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that where it is, and I hope everyone has a good time. Anyway, please comment, rate, share, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at TransformersFan5000, and join my Discord. So the Discord link is in my channel and lots of other videos. So yeah. Anyway, take care everyone. Thank you for joining, and have a good one.